Okay, children, so we've met Colin now, and Mary had gone and spent some time in the garden, so let's see what happens next. Mary ran back to the house to see Martha waiting for her. Hey, he was 9, going into one of his tantrums. There's been a nice to-do all afternoon to keep him quiet. Mary's lips pinched together. When she went into his room, he was lying flat on his back in bed, and he didn't turn his head towards her as she came in. Mary marched up to him with her stiff manner. Why didn't you get up? I did get up this morning when I thought you were coming, he answered. I made them put me back in bed this afternoon. My back ached and my head ached, and I was tired. And I won't let that boy come here if you go and stay with him instead of coming to talk to me. If you send Dickon away, I'll never come into this room again, she retorted. You'll have to if I want you. I won't. I'll make you. They shall drag you in here. Shall they? They may drag me in, but they can't make me talk when they get me here. I won't even look at you. You are a selfish thing, cried Colin. What are you? Said Mary. Selfish people always say that. You're the most selfish boy I've ever met. I'm not as selfish as your fine Dickon is. He's nicer than any boy that ever lived. Colin shut his eyes and a big tear was squeezed out and ran down his cheek. I'm not as selfish as you because I'm always ill and I'm sure there's a lump coming up on my back and I'm going to die besides. You're not. I'm not. I am. Everybody says so. You just say that to make people feel sorry for you. Get out of my room, Colin shouted. I'm going and I won't come back. Mary walked to the door and when she reached it, she turned round. I was going to tell you all sorts of nice things, she said. Dickon brought his fox and his rook and I was going to tell you all about them. Now I won't tell you a single thing. She marched out of the door and went back to her room. Martha was waiting for her. There was a wooden box on the table full of neat packages. Mr. Craven sent it to you, said Martha. There were several beautiful books and 2 of them were about gardens and full of pictures. There were 2 or 3 games and a beautiful little writing case and a gold pen and inkstand. Everything was so nice. Mary had not expected him to remember her at all. The first thing I shall write with this pen will be a letter to tell him I'm much obliged. Mary got up very early, so as soon as Martha had brought her supper and she'd eaten, she was glad to go to bed. Mary thought it was the middle of the night when she was wakened by the most dreadful sound that she jumped out of bed in an instant. As she listened to the sobbing scream, she put her hands over her ears and felt sick, and suddenly they began to make her angry. She stamped her foot. Somebody ought to make him stop, she cried out. Just then the door opened and the nurse came in. He's worked himself into hysterics, she said in a great hurry. No one can do anything with him. You're in the right humour. You go and scold him. Give him something new to think of. We'll find out what Mary does tomorrow.